We are into an early morning fish at Embryo Cawcutts in Histon in Cambridge. Feels like a nice one actually. And this is a lake that's only literally been open a few weeks, and the fish were stocked in here sort of over this winter in, I believe, 3 different stockings. And these fish have come from Simon Scott and Mark Simmons, and they are absolute stunners. The lake itself is 18 acres. I'm fishing in the half that's got a couple of islands in it. We've put 240 new fish in here. A lot of 10-pounders, quite a few mid-doubles and upper doubles, and then just a smattering of 20s. They sort of complement the 20-odd original fish that were left in here. The place has pretty much been like the Wild West for the last 10 years. No one's had full control of it. There's been a lot of problems with local people dumping rubbish and everything. All credit to the guys that are now running this for Embryo. They've done a massive clean-up job. An otter fence has gone round it. And what we're going to do in this film is just show you how I'm catching them, which is a brilliant guide for all winter fishing, but particularly on this lake. The fish are pretty green because they've just been stocked in here. But you still have to get the tactics right. I'm going to show you the rigs that I'm using, how I'm baiting up, because for the first 24 hours of the session, I've got it completely wrong and I never got a bite. And then I'll move swims, change the tactics just a little bit, and obviously the location was better, and so were the tactics. Come on, big shouldered carp. Get in that net, get in that net. Yes, got him! That is wicked. 20-pounder, I think that is. Fishing little higher track pop-ups over the top of a load of scattered cell. Basically the mistake I made on the first 24 hours was I put a load of cell and maize in, spommed out, put about 15 big spoms out, and fished over the top of it and nothing happened. And I might have been in the wrong swim, I was only next door, but moving into this swim and then basically moving over to a scatter of boilies and just fishing little tiny pop-ups. I was fishing snowmen and moved over to little tiny higher track pop-ups. This one's the Wonderberry on a white mainline cell pop-up. The other bites have all been coming on Mystic Spice, again on a white cell pop-up, and that's been doing the business. Yes, got him. Wicked. Check that out for a fish of the future. 11 pounds 14 ounces. He's probably put half a pound on since we put him in here. And imagine what this is going to be like when it's 25 or even 35 pound. And there's 200 like this in here, so it's going to be an amazing lake. Yes! First Embryo 20, 21.8. Get in. Well, check him out. My first Embryo 20, 21.5, over the moon with this one. And it just shows a change of swim, slight change of tactic is the way forward. And imagine this one, this is going to be £30 in a couple of years time, and there'll be loads more with it as well. That's all right. Fish number 4 this morning. Now I've got it right, they're coming thick and fast, as you would expect with fish that have only just been stocked. One of the things that makes Embryo Lakes different from others is we're going to have a winter ticket, and that's going to serve as a probationary period for members to qualify for a summer ticket. So if you fit in, you've got the right attitude, and you come down a few times in the winter, then when places are available, you'll be the person that a summer ticket is offered to. But what it also means is that, just tipping over his dorsal, it means that there's bait going in all winter long, which is really, really important, and there's people here all winter long. So good security for the venue, good nutrition for the fish, and loads of bites as well. £20 in the net, get in, wicked. As with all our fish, taking care of them is absolute paramount importance. I'm just sliding him into the sling. I don't think you should ever pick a fish out of the water in the landing net, because that's when the damage happens. Just slide him into the sling, still in the net. Just take a little bit of pressure, feel that his fins are flat against his body, and then pick the rod up, the bail arm's open, so there's no tension on the fish, and off we go. And there he is, £23, 12 ounces. Again, set to be an absolute monster, this one, in a few years' time. Proper chunky, and loads of growing left in it. Oh. This is mental. If you're getting this sort of action in February, it's just mental. You'll notice on all of these, I'm not dropping the lead. I'm fishing a helicopter rig because I didn't know what the bottom was going to be like. It's actually pretty firm clay out there. There's hardly any weed, but I was using a helicopter rig. But I'm not dumping the lead because there's not enough weed out there to need to dump it. So I'm putting the little tiny collar in the heli safe, and that stops it being compressed and keeps the lead on. You know, if it's hellishly weedy, yes, it's an advantage to dump the lead, but there's no need to do it as a matter of course all the time, because you're needlessly wasting leads. The rig itself is a little stiff rig, like a hinge stiff rig, but the hook is actually on a quick change swivel. So there's no mouth trap upright. It's just a size 4 captor curve onto a quick change swivel. And it means to change the hook, all I've got to do is cut a little bit of shrink tube off, put another hook on, and I'm ready to go. Come on fella, in you come. You're nailed. Get in that net. Bosh, got him. Wicked. 17.25 pounds of chunky common. Absolutely nailed on that pop-up rig again. Every single one has been nailed. And if you're in any doubt what to use in the winter time, that's what I recommend. Oh, let me give you a kissy, come on. Mwah. Back you go. This bite is on the Vindagoo. I'm mucking about with the different hook baits now because I'm getting so much action. And the Mystic Spice has worked so well, so I thought I'd try a different spice. Just going under them other lines. And the Vindagoo is super spicy. And it's only been out there about 10 minutes. Come to Papa. Come on. Get in that net. Yes, got him. Wicked. Well, check that one out. Another 20 pounder, just over 21 this one. What a stunning fish. And thank you very much to Mark Simmons for providing these beauties for us. He's absolutely done us proud. Imagine this when it's 40 pound, and it will be one day. Awesome. Feels like a good one, this one. Gotcha. Well, what a way to end my first session at Embryo Cawcutts. 24 pounds 5 ounces, one of the biggest stockies in here. There are 5 or 6 original commons over 30 pound as well, and all these fellas complimenting them. Imagine what this is going to be like when it's 40 pound in a few years' time. So it's a very proud moment for me. 2 years ago, this was all just a pipe dream, and even walking around here a couple of days ago looking for fish, it was a really good feeling to think this is now secure fishery, a great fence up, keeping the otters out. These fish are left to grow bigger and bigger with a great membership. That's what Embryo is all about.